With race 2 starting as race 1 finished, it was Kevin leading them away with Chris alongside him on the front row. But it wasn't to be that way straight away. Chris getting a better start and down the inside of the Jaguar into turn 1. This race turning out to be all about tyre conservation, but you wouldn't think it looking at these two side by side through turn 3. A drag race all the way down to turn 4. Kevin appeared to have won the drag race, but Chris had other ideas. A move down the inside into turn 4, giving him the lead of the race. Linga trying to make moves on Kuolainen. Ended up leaving the door open for Liam's Porsche, dropping him down to 7th. And then it got worse, as around the outside went Adam's Mercedes. But it didn't take long for the chaos to resume. Liam doing to Tasos what was done to him in race 1, getting his braking all wrong, slamming into the Corvette. And Liam dropping all the way down and receiving a post-race penalty for that move. Adam was on the back of Kuolainen's Jaguar and trying to get a better result than he did in race 1. A 4th place was a good place to start. Thor got a good run alongside Linga and had managed to put himself around the outside. Kuolainen's Jaguar just in front of them, and the Dodge managing to win that fight. When Linga was going to come back, Thor using his indicator again, this time not waving him through, so it was going to be a drag race all the way down the back straight. And Linga managed to slot himself in front. Steph and Brian were having a go down in turn 4. Brian getting the inside, but a switchback from Steph allowing him to get alongside the Nissan. But with the outside line not able to do anything, Brian would hold on to that P11. A mistake from Linga allowed Thor through, as these two were providing the star entertainment of the race. As Linga was set to come back straight away down the inside of turn 1. Thor sliding through turn 1 and 6th place for Linga. Tasos perhaps driving with red mist after being taken out on lap 2. Got it all wrong on his own accord this time at turn 1 and dropped himself further down. Adam and Lewis were fighting away with Kuolainen for the final podium place. Adam trying everything to pass that Porsche, but nothing happening. But he would get the P3 when Lewis went to clear a penalty and got it all wrong, clipping the grass, and rather than just clearing the penalty, dropped himself down to 7th place. Linga, having dropped Thor, was trying to go about Kuolainen, but got turn 1 all wrong. And being off track with no grip, had to rejoin and put himself down behind the Viper. Zuzbeck had found himself alongside Brian's Nissan. Brian, one of the drivers, opting to pit in this second race. And Zuzbeck tucking into the Lexus slipstream and getting 2 places for the price of 1. Chris had held on to his lead halfway around lap 7 with Kevin in close pursuit. Linga and Thor, having made their pit stops, were out behind Zuzbeck in the other Aston Martin. And Linga was trying to get back ahead of the Dodge, but made the same mistake Adam did in race 1, clipped the grass on the outside, and managed to keep the Aston pointing in the right direction. Lewis, desperate to get his podium back, trying to go all the way around the outside of Adam's Mercedes, and that wasn't going to happen. Kuolainen, though, just before that, was running in the podium and got it all wrong, slamming into the wall where Brian spun in race 1, and dropped himself all the way down to 8th place. It was set to be 9th, as just in front of Liam, he was clearly struggling with some sort of issue, and just went off and allowed the Porsche through. Thor and Zuzbeck were fighting away. Thor getting involved with the Astons today, and without Linga he had to fight with Zuzbeck as they went side by side through a chain of corners. But the Viper was gonna come out on top of that one. But Linga had found himself back in it, and a mistake from Zuzbeck into turn 4, allowing the Aston Martin back up into P6. but it was Chris who managed to hold on, never relinquished his lead. Kevin came home in second. Adam held onto his podium with Lewis in 4th place. Thor and Linga side by side up to the line, clearing penalties. Linga 5th, Thor 6th. Zuspect would come home in 7th. Liam 8th, but dropping down after his penalty. Fell in 9th, with Tasos getting Kuhlainen on the line, with Brian just behind them. And then it would be Steph and Yorgos to finish out the grid in 13th and 14th.